The methodical swing of an oil pump jack is a common sight across large swaths of Texas. There's more oil and natural gas produced here than anywhere else in the U.S., which is why some in the industry were perplexed by President Joe Biden's ban on Russian oil. Not the ban itself, but the messaging to domestic producers.
The first signal is that Russia, obviously, the United States does not agree and will not support your actions. But the second signal that has to occur for the first one to mean anything is to have a resetting of American energy policy.
That hasn't happened, says Todd Staples of the Texas Oil and Gas Association, one of the leading trade and lobbying groups in the state. He says for too long, oil and natural gas have been treated like liabilities rather than assets, and that the fighting in Ukraine has worsened what he calls poor policy decisions that have left America too reliant on foreign oil.
What I'm talking about are canceling of pipeline projects, delaying both onshore and offshore leasing.
Far from an energy policy reset, the Biden administration appears to be doubling down. The president on Tuesday saying his policies are not holding back domestic production, placing at least some of the blame for soaring prices at producers' feet.
They have 9,000 permits to drill now. They could be drilling right now, yesterday, last week, last year.
Some in the industry, like Staples, take issue with that statement, saying thousands of permits still need authorization. But even if America's producers started ramping up production right now, experts say it would take months before that oil would hit the market. New infrastructure would take years. Which means for consumers, prices at the pump will continue to surge.
We're going to be seeing big swings in the price of crude oil just based on a headline-driven dynamic, especially with a shooting war taking place in Europe and concerns about its potential for expansion.
For now, American consumers seem willing to absorb the pain. A Wall Street Journal poll found 79% of respondents were in favor of the energy ban, with just 13 opposed.
Stop importing oil from Russia and put the hurt on them. It's going to make inflation go up even higher, but we got to do what we got to do.
The oil industry says it will do what it must do as well. But to be most effective in combating price hikes, it will need help from Washington. TONI WATERMAN, CGTN, Austin, Texas.